What's up, guys? It's John here, back with another video. Hope you guys are having a good day. Well, at least better than my day. Working on the Crew Cab 6.0 here. Not going the best. Alright, so yesterday we did all new batteries, then we did a new EBP sensor, and we did new fuel filters, top and bottom fuel filters. Nothing really changed. Was hoping the fuel filters might make a difference. The one mounted to the frame was pretty dirty, but didn't seem to change anything. Just again, it's just a 04 350. It's a late build 04, and it's got about 225,000 miles on it. All right, so just for a bit of background for you guys, the guy I bought, like I said, I bought it to fix it up and sell it, and haven't had time to work on it. Now the guy I bought it from bought it for the same reasons, and he didn't have time either. I think it sat for at least 8 months, almost a year, and so from the person he bought it from he said had recently done newer HPOP, newer FICM, and I think a newer oil cooler. Is what he said. I don't know how long ago, but he said that was newer. And then he says it was hydrolocked. I don't know if it actually was or not. And he said he did the EGR delete. He did a he did a new number 4 injector, and then he resealed all the injectors on the driver's side. So that should be all good. So he did all that. Still having issues. What we tried so far is we cleaned the turbo, cleaned the VGT vanes. We did pulled the IPR. It doesn't need an updated screen. I didn't have the parts at the time. I don't know if that's got something to do with it, but new ICP sensor, new map sensor, and then yesterday we did the batteries and did new batteries. We did new EBP sensor and the new fuel filters. You got anything else?
Butterfly valve.
Oh, yeah. And then we also used to have a butterfly valve, and that was not working properly, so we just put the newer style intake elbow on there with no butterfly valve to eliminate that issue. We took the cat off to eliminate that as being bad. Nothing's changed. So we're still trying stuff. So the oil pressure gauge on the dash, which reads your base oil pressure or your low pressure oil system, is reading like 0 or no oil pressure. So that could be a problem. So we're going to be looking into the low pressure oil problem today. I was doing some reading on it last night. Already we did pull there's a regulator spring that controls the low pressure oil system. We have pulled that once already. I have a new one of those to put in. And then once we get that regulator spring in, we're going to test for the base oil pressure by taking out the filter, and there's a few different ways to test that. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be doing this is the regulator spring for the low pressure oil system. We're going to be doing that first, and then I'm going to pull the oil filter, check for base oil pressure. If I can go ahead and do a new oil filter as well. And then just to eliminate any fuel pressure issues, and because I was going to do it anyways, we're going to do the blue spring as well. Get that done. And then to try to fix something with the turbo, we're going to do a new VGT solenoid and see if that fixes it and maybe brings back, gets the VGT working again. Hopefully that does it. I think the turbo is part of the problem, but I think we might have a lot of other issues going on. So really going to be hopefully checking out that base oil pressure. I hope it has base oil pressure. If it does, then it's probably something high pressure oil related. If it doesn't, we're in some big trouble. That's going to be a lot more work. Probably going to it's got to be something. Might have to replace the low pressure oil pump, and that's tearing apart the whole front of the motor. Taking the front cover off and everything. So that's a lot of work. I'm hoping that's not it, but we'll get into that. We're going to go ahead and put the scanner on it too. Michael's got a nice, fancy, expensive snap-on scanner. Be able to read everything and do a bunch of tests. So we'll be doing that as well. Don't know how much we'll be filming. Probably just be might film a little bit and just keep you guys updated and let you know if anything changes. Alrighty, guys. So we got the regulator out, the low pressure oil regulator. This is the old one here. These are they're 3-piece. Got the part that screws in, a spring, and looks like the regulator part probably. That is the new one. right to the old one. It comes out with a 12mm Allen. Alright, I'll show you where it goes in underneath the truck. Alright, so we are under the truck, underneath the front bumper, and so that regulator, you can see where the oil's dripping, right there. See the hole there? So that's where it goes in, right behind the gap with the belt and the right behind where the belt routes, right there. So that's where that goes in. That's where your regulator is, underneath the front of the truck. So we're gonna get the new one in there and see what we got. All right, so we got the new regulator in. Actually went in pretty well, pretty easy. So I think we're gonna go ahead and pull the oil filter and check for base oil pressure now. Alright, so moment of truth here. I'm going to see, checking for base oil pressure. Now, just when I pull this, pulling the oil filter, when I pull this, it should be dripping in oil. Now, I thought the last time we pulled it, it was dry. So let's see how it looks this time. Okay. There's a little bit of oil. I feel like there should be a bit more, but I guess there's some oil there. You see it dripping or no? Yeah. Slightly? Yeah. A little bit of oil. I feel like there should be more, but okay. Alright, so it looks like there's a little bit of oil. I feel like there should be more, but we're gonna go ahead and check for do the test for base oil pressure, and then we're going to put a new filter in. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to check for base oil pressure. Now, I saw this from one of Diesel Tech Ron's videos. This is one way to test it. I'm going to pull I believe this goes to the starter solenoid here. I'm going to pull this out. And then we're going to jump the starter. Keys right here. So you're not make sure the truck's not going to start. And you jump it on here. Now we're gonna have the camera and Vaughn watching there. Now the oil, that's the oil filter bowl. It should fill with oil if you have base oil pressure. So I'm hoping it fills with oil. All right, we ready?
Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. That filled up quite quickly.
Okay.
It took a while, but yeah. That filled almost all the way up.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, so we did pull that regulator, so I might have had to get that regulator going.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
That's good.
Did it drain back?
Yes. You want to try it
again?
again?
Yeah, I'm going to try it again.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that's good. So we have base oil pressure. Okay, I was gonna do it. Another way to test it, you can crank it and push down a valve in there, but I think we're good. Okay, so that's good. We have base oil pressure. What are we gonna go to now? So I'll go ahead and put that new filter in, but that's good. That's good news. So I'll go ahead and put that filter in and check back with you guys. All right, we got the new filter in, new O-ring, Motorcraft filter, as you should only use Motorcraft filters. So we're going to go ahead and start it up. So we got the new regulator, new filter. We are getting base oil pressure. So let's see if anything changes. Let's see if the dash, gauge on the dash. So obviously it's at nothing now. Go ahead and crank it. Nada. Alright, so we're still not getting, the dash still isn't reading. Alright, well, from what I was reading last night, let it run. We're going to let it run a minute. So we're still not getting at least the oil pressure gauge on the dash to read. I was doing some reading last night. Sounds like that's going to be something more IPR or HPOP related. It does already have a new ICP sensor, so that shouldn't be it. So hopefully it's something along that, but we're going to keep going with some other things just to eliminate some things. We're going to go ahead and pull this. It should be the cold side intercooler pipe off, and we're going to make sure we're getting airflow through here, through the intercooler and into the motor, hopefully. So we've already checked that before, but we're going to double check it just to be safe. And then we're taking that off anyways. We're going to go ahead and do the blue spring back in here on the fuel bowl, just to eliminate any fuel issues. And then we're probably going to go ahead and put the scanner on it. Alright, so we got a few things here down in the crew cab. So, again, we checked for base oil pressure. That's all good. So we have base oil pressure. Now we went ahead and we did the blue spring. That's done and back in here. So now we should be getting plenty of fuel pressure. You know, both new fuel filters, fuel pressure. I know we're getting fuel at the fuel bowl. We should all be good on fuel pressure. New oil filter. And then, so to do that blue spring, we took out the air intake here. We took this off. And this radiator hose kind of gets in the way, but you kind of got to push it down. Pretty simple install. Easy to do at home. Nothing too complicated with that. Again, Diesel Tech Ron's a big help. Watch his video, made it pretty simple. So we've got most of what I kind of want to try for now. Now we're going to go ahead and start it up real quick. I'll probably show you kind of what it's doing when it's not working. Unless well, we did fix it, but I doubt it. Then we're going to put the scanner on it, and we might do the VGT solenoid. But all right, we're going to go ahead and start it up. We'll see if that oil pressure, the gauge on the dash works either. That's still not working. Doesn't seem to be running too bad. No turbo whistle. Alright, now what we're going to do here, we're going to do a little brake boost. And it's, you know, normally, even without that turbo working as it should, you should get something. But we can pretty much put it to the floor and it don't move. Through the floor. And we got nothing. Okay, so yeah, still not working. Alright, go ahead and shut it off. Alright, so as you can see, that quite a problem there. Just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put the scanner on it and then try some stuff and go from there. Alrighty fellas, she's been running for a few minutes. Still no movement on the gauge on the dash. We got the scanner here. Turn that. Got our fancy snap-on scanner. So we have ICP pressure here at 660 and dropping. When we first started up, it was like 750 ish, 800. Yeah. And it's been, now the more it runs, the more it drops. We got the injection pressure regulator, the IPR is at 26. That doesn't seem to move. We do have Thickum sync. Starting to run rough too. We do have Thickum sync. We've got Thickum main power. Thickum's at 48 volts. Starting to lope. I don't know if you can hear it. VGT stuck at 85, and we can test the VGT, control the vanes with this, and won't move. And, you know, it doesn't start to whistle at all, so we probably at least need a VGT solenoid unless there's something wrong with the turbo. I mean, everything's there. Now when we go, you know, go ahead, look at it, still dropping. We're at 620 now on the ICP. Go ahead and put it in gear. Can you hold that? Now before we did get up to 1,000 with it to the floor. Go ahead, try to put it to the floor. Yeah.
It's even lower now than RPM.
Yeah, okay, RPM is only going to barely 1,000. Now we're only at 990 for the ICP. It hit like 1,100 before. Got to be something with the H-pop. Put it in gear. Okay, oh, bark, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, so we got like no high pressure oil. We got base oil, but it's starting to run rougher and rougher. Alright, I'll show you the codes here next. Going to show you the codes here real quick. This is all different stuff you can do with this scanner. Lots of different stuff. What's nice with the 6.0 is you can just go into code scan and it'll scan everything. On my 7.3 I gotta go, what do you want to call it? Each system. Yeah, each system by system. See, this will scan it all. So quite a few codes. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, well, plenty of codes. So we've got 17 engine codes and a bunch of other stuff. Some of that other stuff, I mean, I don't know how much is actually bad, but I haven't cleared these in a while. So we've been messing with a lot of stuff. So so we got intake air temperature circuit, high input, cylinder 5 contribution balance fault. That could be an injector, turbocharger, supercharger under boost. That's probably something with the VGT. Bunch of EGR codes, exhaust pressure sensor low. That was probably from yesterday when we did the EBP sensor, and we started without the EBP sensor, so it's probably from that. More EGR stuff, cam error, bunch of glow plug codes, so those are probably all bad. Some other things. So if anybody sees anything that jumps out as being really bad, let me know. I mean, most of this seems pretty well self-explanatory, but we're trying stuff. Let me scroll through these. So there's some speed sensors, low battery, some transfer case, brake pedal, all that low voltage stuff. I mean, I haven't cleared these in a while, so we'd have to clear them and see what comes back. But speed sensors, rear and inner outer circuits. I mean, all kinds of codes. Lots of fun. So there's all the codes. If anything looked jumping out at anybody, let me know. I think at this point we need a VGT solenoid and something with the H-pop. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the... Let me start this up real quick. See, for the most part it always starts fine. Running nice and rough, so... all kinds of Lopi. Hey, Vaughn, come here. Yeah. So we're going to do the VGT test. So go ahead and hit the plus and minus. So what this does is it should be able to control the VGT. So I'm going to rev it up a bit. And as you can tell, we should be whistling right now. Keep going. Now we're at 85. That should be no whistle where we're at. So drop it back down. So I mean, right now it should be whistling like crazy, and it's not. So we got nothing. So VGT is not working. Alright, that's it. So no VGT. Some with the ICP pressure is really low. No power. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clear the codes now. And maybe we'll check it tomorrow. Maybe do a few more things and maybe try to take it and drive around out back and see what happens tomorrow. Codes are cleared, so we'll see what comes back. Alright, I'll go ahead and wrap up this video now, probably. Alrighty guys, there's another day working on the Crew Cab 6.0 here. Tried a few things, we're starting to eliminate a few things. Didn't really get anywhere, as into making it better, but I think we're getting closer to kind of diagnosing the problem. Let's give you another quick rundown here of what we've done recently, just so everybody knows where we're at. New batteries, new EBP sensor, has a new ICP sensor, new map sensor. We just did the blue spring today. Both fuel filters, the top one and the one on the frame, are new. Did a new oil filter. We checked we have base oil pressure, so we got that far. We've put the scanner on it, lots of codes which I knew. I cleared them, we'll see what comes back. Maybe we'll try to drive around tomorrow. And tested the VGT, definitely not working. Tomorrow we're going to try a new VGT solenoid, see if that does it. Then, what else? So, pretty sure we should have fuel pressure now, without a doubt. You know, getting fuel in the fuel bowl. Got the new blue spring in there, that should be good. So on the scanner, like I said, lots of codes, but, so we checked ICP, has ICP pressure. Started out 700-800 when we first started it, and the longer we let it run, the more it kept dropping, got down to like 640. You could tell starting to run rougher and rougher. Again, no power. Try to brake boost it, put it to the floor, nothing. You know, barely puts any load on there. ICP, when we first did it, it came up to about 1100. Last time, which I got on camera for you guys, was barely hit, couldn't even hit 1,000, which is not good. So it could be the HPOP, could be the IPR. Like I said, it already has a new ICP, so I think I'm going to start with the IPR and might even go under the valve covers and start looking at the oil rails and maybe the standpipes or the dummy plugs. I was going to do those either way, but I might go ahead and dive in and do those. So I think it's definitely an oil, high pressure oil related problem. The dash is still, the oil pressure gauge on the dash is still, bottomed out, which that reads base oil pressure. But I did the test. We have base oil pressure, and I was doing some reading in that the HPOP. Something going wrong with the HPOP can also cause that dash that gauge not to read. So something along those lines. So anybody with some ideas, it might help. You saw the codes. I've told you what I've done. You see it has no power. Let me know if anybody has any ideas of what to try or anything that it should be or any kind of experience like this. We're trying. We're getting there. Gonna do that. So tomorrow, probably gonna do that VGT solenoid, and then that might be it. Well, next thing would be the IPR. And then other than that, it'd be kind of diving in under the valve covers, maybe an HPOP or something along those lines. Not sure if I'm going to get into that now or if I'm going to go ahead and just try to do the brakes and get the interior back together and get the bed on and stuff like that. We'll see. I almost kind of might want to just stick with this and get the engine running good, and then we can fully service it. I'm going to go through the trainee flush, coolant flush, and servicing all the differentials and the transfer case and get all that done just so it's done. Might get into that next, I'm not sure. But I think I've been rambling enough. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. It really helps me out a lot. Should have lots more videos working on this, trying to diagnose it, figure it out. If you're new, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Really trying to build the channel, trying to get out some good videos for you guys. So I'm thinking of also, just throw in here real quick, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway when I can reach 1,000 subscribers. So please help me get to that, and if I can get some stuff figured out and for sure figure out what I'm going to give away, we will definitely be doing that. So look forward to that. So I think that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.